Imagine walking into a store with one goal: buy the absolute best 75-inch TV money can buy. Every review points you toward a flagship model costing over $3,000. The sales displays look incredible, the marketing promises next-level picture quality, and you leave convinced you've made the perfect choice. But a week later, something unexpected happens. A friend brings over a TV that costs nearly half as much, and somehow, during everyday movies, sports, and streaming, it leaves everyone in the room asking the same question. Wait, why does this one actually look better? That moment changed everything I thought I knew about premium TVs. So I decided to put today's biggest 75-inch TVs through the same real-world tests, side by side, without trusting flashy marketing or spec sheets. What I found honestly shocked me. Which TV looked breathtaking under showroom lights, but became disappointing in a normal living room? Which affordable model embarrassed brands charging twice as much during blind viewing tests? And which premium TV simply couldn't justify its eye-watering price once the excitement wore off? If you're planning to spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on a new TV, this video could save you from making an expensive mistake you'll regret every time you press the power button. Because here's the truth. The biggest surprise wasn't just which TV came out on top. It was how wrong many of the popular recommendations turned out to be when every model faced the exact same movies, games, sports, lighting conditions, and everyday viewing scenarios. That's where the real story begins. Not long ago, owning a 75-inch TV felt like something reserved for luxury homes and dedicated theater rooms. Walk into a store 5 years ago, and these massive screens often carried price tags that pushed them out of reach for the average family. Today, the story is completely different. Manufacturing has become more efficient, competition between brands has intensified, and prices have dropped faster than many experts expected. Suddenly, a screen size that once seemed extravagant has become surprisingly attainable. At the same time, modern homes are embracing larger living spaces, open floor plans, and entertainment areas where a bigger display finally makes sense. Then there's the content itself. Streaming services now deliver movies and shows in stunning 4K HDR, while the latest gaming consoles are designed to take advantage of larger screens with higher refresh rates and richer visuals. Instead of heading to the movie theater every weekend, many families are investing in creating that cinematic experience right at home. But here's where things become complicated. As the number of 75-inch TVs has exploded, so has the number of confusing choices. Every brand claims brighter pictures, smarter processors, and revolutionary technology. On paper, many of these TVs look almost identical, making it easier than ever to spend far more than necessary, or buy a model that disappoints after the excitement wears off. That's why comparing specifications isn't enough. To uncover the real differences, every TV had to face the exact same tests under the exact same conditions. Before ranking a single TV, I wanted to eliminate as much bias as possible. That meant ignoring flashy marketing claims, promotional demos, and impressive-looking specification sheets. Instead, every 75-inch TV had to prove itself the same way it would in your home, through real-world use, under identical conditions. Each model played the same SDR movies to judge natural color and upscaling, followed by demanding HDR and Dolby Vision scenes that revealed how well each TV handled contrast, highlights, and shadow detail. Live sports and fast-action movie sequences exposed motion handling, while next-generation console gaming tested input lag, refresh rates, VRR, performance, and overall responsiveness. The testing didn't stop there. Every TV was viewed in both a completely dark room and a bright living room to see how well it handled different environments. Reflection control, off-angle viewing, and screen uniformity all received close attention because a great TV shouldn't only look good from one seat. I also evaluated built-in audio quality, the speed and smoothness of each smart TV interface, app loading times, menu navigation, and how enjoyable each TV felt during everyday use. After all, you'll interact with the software every single day, not just admire the picture. Most importantly, no TV received extra credit because of its price or brand reputation. Expensive models had to earn their place, and affordable models had every opportunity to surprise. What happened next completely challenged my expectations. In fact, The very first result was so unexpected that it changed the way I look at premium TVs altogether. The first surprise completely changed my opinion. I'll admit it, I expected the most expensive TV to dominate nearly every test. After all, when you're spending over $3,000, you naturally expect a picture that leaves everything else in the dust. That's exactly what the marketing wants you to believe. But once the TVs were placed side by side under identical conditions, that assumption started falling apart. The premium OLED delivered breathtaking black levels, incredible contrast, and a cinematic image in a dark room that was hard to ignore. The flagship mini LED fought back with eye-searing brightness, making HDR highlights pop and handling bright living rooms with impressive confidence. Then there was the upper mid-range flagship, costing significantly less than both, quietly producing a balanced picture that looked consistently excellent no matter what I watched. That's when I realized something important. Paying more wasn't always buying more. The premium models absolutely had strengths. They offered the finest details, the most advanced processors, and features enthusiasts genuinely appreciate. But those advantages became surprisingly difficult to notice during everyday streaming, sports, and casual movie nights. The law of diminishing returns was impossible to ignore. Spending another $1,500 didn't make the experience feel twice as good. In fact, the OLED's lower full-screen brightness made it less enjoyable in sunlit rooms, while lingering concerns about long-term burn-ins still matter for viewers who leave news channels or sports scoreboards on for hours. Meanwhile, the upper mid-range TV simply worked. It handled bright afternoons, family movie nights, and weekend gaming without constantly reminding you of its compromises. It reminded me of a homeowner who proudly bought the most expensive TV available, convinced it would be future-proof for years. A month later, after seeing a friend's far cheaper setup, he admitted something most buyers never want to say out loud. "I don't think I needed to spend this much." That single conversation perfectly summed up the biggest lesson from this comparison. The best ownership experience isn't always attached to the highest price tag. And if that finding surprised me, the next discovery was even more unbelievable. The next surprise was even harder to believe that if you haven't looked at budget TVs in the last few years, you're in for a surprise. The gap between affordable models and premium flagships has narrowed far more than most people realize. Many lower-priced 75-inch TVs now come with faster processors, noticeably better HDR performance than their predecessors, respectable gaming features, modern operating systems, and prices that seem almost too good to be true. On a brightly lit showroom floor, it's easy to wonder why anyone would spend twice as much. And honestly, for the first few minutes, I wondered the same thing. Playing colorful demo videos, these budget TVs looked vibrant, sharp, and surprisingly convincing. Streaming apps loaded quickly enough, games felt responsive, and casual viewers could easily walk away believing they'd found the bargain of the year. But then the real testing began. Dark movie scenes revealed distracting blooming around bright objects. Peak brightness struggled to create the dramatic HDR impact that premium sets delivered effortlessly. Fast sports exposed weaker motion handling, making players and balls appear less crisp during rapid movement. Limited local dimming reduced contrast, while narrower viewing angles meant anyone sitting off to the side saw a noticeably washed-out picture. Even the smart interface, although improved, occasionally hesitated after extended use, reminding you that corners had been cut somewhere. Build quality also told a different story. Lightweight materials, less rigid construction, and simpler remotes might not matter on day one, but they become far more noticeable after months or years of ownership. None of this means budget TVs are bad. In fact, some deliver outstanding value for the right buyer. The problem is that the showroom experience often hides the very compromises you'll live with every evening once the excitement of a new purchase fades. That's the catch most advertisements never mention. The money you save today could become frustration every single day. And the next surprise proved that one of the industry's biggest selling points isn't nearly as important as most people think. For years, TV companies have convinced shoppers that brighter automatically means better. Bigger brightness numbers dominate advertisements, store displays, and product pages, making it seem as though peak brightness is the single feature that separates a great TV from an average one. After testing these 75-inch models side by side, I discovered that idea is only part of the story. Think of it like a concert. Simply turning the speakers up to maximum volume doesn't make the music sound better. Without balance, clarity, and precision, all you get is louder noise. The same principle applies to TVs. The most satisfying picture isn't created by brightness alone. It's the combination of deep contrast, effective local dimming, convincing black levels, intelligent image processing, accurate HDR tone mapping, and natural color reproduction that creates a truly cinematic experience. When these elements work together, scenes gain depth and realism instead of just looking intensely illuminated. This became especially obvious when comparing OLED and mini-LED technology. Some mini-LED TVs reached astonishing brightness levels that made HDR highlights burst off the screen, especially in bright rooms. But certain OLED models, despite being noticeably dimmer, delivered richer blacks, cleaner shadow detail, and a more immersive image that simply felt closer to what filmmakers intended. Surprisingly, a few of the brightest TVs actually looked less cinematic because aggressive brightness overwhelmed subtle details, making faces appear unnatural and dark scenes lose their intended atmosphere. Meanwhile, TVs with better processing and more refined contrast consistently produced images that felt more lifelike, even without chasing record-breaking brightness figures. That was another reminder that impressive specifications don't always translate into the best viewing experience. But if picture quality sparked surprising results, the gaming tests revealed even bigger differences between these TVs than I ever expected. If you mainly watch movies, you can overlook certain TV flaws without noticing them every day. Gaming is completely different. The moment you pick up a controller, every delay, blur, and missing feature becomes impossible to ignore. That's why gamers need to judge a TV by a very different set of standards than the average viewer. The obvious features matter first. HDMI 2.1 unlocks the full potential of modern consoles, while 4K at 120 Hz, and on some models, even 144 Hz support, creates noticeably smoother gameplay. Add variable refresh rate, auto low latency mode, low input lag, and a well-optimized game mode, and the experience feels faster, more responsive, and far more immersive. What surprised me most was that a few TVs heavily marketed as gaming powerhouses didn't consistently deliver. Some showed excellent specifications on paper, but suffered from reduced picture quality in game mode, slower response times than expected, or HDR gaming that looked noticeably flatter than during movie playback. Others introduced motion artifacts that became distracting during fast-paced shooters and racing games. Meanwhile, several less hyped models quietly exceeded expectations. Their motion clarity remained sharp, HDR retained its impact, and controls felt instantly responsive. They didn't rely on flashy marketing. They simply performed exceptionally well when it mattered most. The right choice also depends on the type of gamer you are. If you mostly enjoy story-driven adventures, sports titles, or the occasional weekend session, a TV with solid 4K 120Hz support and low input lag will likely satisfy you for years. But competitive players chasing every possible advantage should prioritize the fastest response times, excellent VRR implementation, and consistently smooth performance above everything else. The gaming results prove that specifications only tell part of the story. Yet there was one area that affected every single owner, whether they ever touched a game console or not. And it might be the most overlooked factor when buying any modern TV. After putting every 75-inch TV through the exact same real-world tests, a clear pattern finally emerged. No single TV dominated every category, but a handful consistently rose above the competition by delivering the best balance of performance, usability, and long-term value. Here are the models that truly impressed me. For best overall, the standout was the LG G5 OLED. It combined exceptional contrast, outstanding image processing, excellent gaming features, and a polished smart TV experience into one complete package. The only people who should think twice are those with extremely bright rooms or shoppers working within a tighter budget. The Best OLED award also goes to the LG G5. Its perfect black levels, cinematic picture quality, and class-leading gaming performance made movies and premium HDR content look spectacular. However, Viewers who mostly watch daytime television in sun-filled rooms may be better served by a bright mini-LED alternative. For Best Mini-LED, the Sony Bravia 9 earned the title. It delivered incredible brightness, impressive local dimming, and natural image processing that looked stunning across movies, sports, and everyday TV. The trade-off is its premium price, making it harder to recommend for budget-conscious buyers. The best budget TV was the Hisense U8QG. It offered remarkable performance for the money, strong HDR brightness, and gaming features that exceeded expectations. Buyers should simply accept that software polish and long-term consistency may not match premium competitors. For Best Gaming TV, Samsung's QN90F stood out thanks to responsive HDMI 2.1 ports, low input lag, smooth 4K 144Hz gameplay, and excellent game mode performance. Movie enthusiasts seeking Dolby Vision support, however, may prefer another option. The Sony Bravia 9 also claimed Best Bright Room TV, easily overcoming reflections while maintaining vibrant HDR performance throughout the day. For Best Movie TV, the LG G5 created the most immersive cinematic experience, producing breathtaking contrast and remarkable shadow detail that consistently drew my attention away from competing models. The Best Value award belongs to the TCL QM8K. It delivered premium-level features and surprisingly strong overall performance at a far more approachable price than flagship models. Finally, Best Family TV goes to the Sony Bravia 9 because of its versatile picture quality, wide viewing comfort, intuitive interface, and dependable performance across nearly every type of content. Do you agree with these winners? Or did another 75-inch TV impress you more? Share your rankings in the comments, because I'd love to see which models earned your vote. Before you click Buy Now, take 2 minutes and run through this checklist. It could save you hundreds of dollars and years of frustration. First, measure your viewing distance to make sure a 75-inch screen actually fits your space. Next, consider your room's lighting. Bright living rooms usually favor mini LED, while darker rooms allow OLED to deliver its incredible contrast. If gaming matters, don't make this mistake. Never assume every TV supports HDMI 2.1, 4K at 120Hz, VRR, or ELLM. Check the specifications carefully. Also pay attention to refresh rate and local dimming, because they have a huge impact on motion clarity and HDR performance. Count your HDMI ports before buying. Running out after connecting a console, soundbar, and streaming device is surprisingly common. Think about audio as well. If you plan to buy a soundbar, built-in speakers become less important. Don't ignore the warranty and return policy. Even the best TVs can occasionally have panel issues, and a flexible return window provides valuable peace of mind. Finally, research long-term software support and buy within a budget that matches your actual needs, not clever marketing. Remember, the smartest TV isn't necessarily the most expensive one, but it's the model that fits your room, your habits, and your priorities without making costly compromises you'll regret later. After testing every major 75-inch TV, one lesson stood out above everything else. The highest price doesn't guarantee the best experience, and the cheapest deal isn't always the smartest investment. Long-term satisfaction comes from finding the right balance of picture quality, processing, gaming features, software, reliability, and choosing a TV that truly fits your room and viewing habits. Now I want to hear from you. Which 75-inch TV surprised you the most? Which model are you planning to buy? Have you ever regretted a TV purchase because of picture quality, software, or reliability? If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And next time, I'm revealing the biggest TV buying mistakes that even experienced shoppers still make, and one of them could cost you over $1,000 if you're not careful.